Dan May at Blackmagic Design here at NAB 2014, and we are talking about some of our new cameras that we've launched at this show. What we're looking at here is our Blackmagic Ursa. Ursa is our full-size production camera. What we've seen over the last few years is as we've released our cinema cameras, we did kind of design those to be a small DSLR-like package that gave great post-production workflow capabilities. And what we started seeing was people were putting tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment onto these cameras. We had created this great building block for people to build these full-size ENG-style cameras. We recognize we have an opportunity there to be able to empower people with creating a full-size camera. So that's what Ursa is about. Of course, everyone walks up and the first thing they notice is this giant 10-inch screen that flips out. The idea here being that we wanted to talk about how to make this camera be either used for a single person or for multiple people. So the idea that I could be a single user working on a tripod, having this great viewfinder here, being able to look at all my my data, my metadata, my slate, working through all my tools, and I could work everything I want in here. Of course, I could put it on my shoulder. We have an SDI out for an EVF output. But what if I wanted to have multiple users working on the camera? I could have a director standing here, making sure things are in shot. Of course, being able to look at my settings, but around this other side of the camera, the idea of, well, what if I have an assistant over here? He's going to want to have his own ability to look at what we're doing and adding slate information, or maybe they're actually pulling the focus here. So this is another station we could have. We could have an audio station, perhaps, with an assistant working on the audio, being able to adjust the audio levels and listening with the headset. So the idea of a multi-user camera or a single-user camera, kind of a unique thing that we're doing with this full-size production camera. As far as the specs of the camera are concerned, we are now using a CFast cards. They're new SSDs, or new solid state disks, I should say, that we're using that are kind of more designed for video. We can put two of them in here so that we have the ability to do record on one, and when it fills up, we flip over to our second card. They're a little more designed for video, and while we're working with the same sensor as our current production 4K camera, which means this is an Ultra HD camera with super 35mm size sensor, global shutter, and 12 stops of dynamic range. The one thing we are able to add is 60p, because now we can deal with the heat that generates. We have a liquid cooling system in here and a small fan to just move the warm air out. So while the specs are pretty similar to our current production 4K, obviously a big advantage of this kind of nice big body and what that brings to the table. The other feature we really love on this camera is the ability to have different lens mounts. We are basically announcing and showing our EF and our PL version, but this whole lens mount and sensor package can be pulled out, and we have two other versions we're showing in the catalog we want to do later in the year, a B4 version and basically an HDMI version in case I want to just put a small DSLR on here and HDMI out to this bigger body. So that upgradability of the camera is another great feature. We've had tremendous feedback, and it's been well received at the show. We're very excited to be getting it out there. The great part is it's kind of this aspirational purchase, but the EF model is $6,000, so in many ways much less than these full packages people were putting together with our current cameras. The PL version will be $6,500, and we are looking to get these out in July. Very excited to get them into users' hands. So on the back of the camera here, what we see is this is an IDX power supply we've added on here. We don't supply a power brick here. You're able to just add what system you want back here. So you can add your plate, do a V mount or gold mount based power. There's no battery in here, or we'll just use the standard 12-volt power on the back of this.